The Book of Philemon. In the year 61 AD, the Apostle Paul found himself imprisoned in Rome. He had been preaching for many years and had previously met a man named Philemon in his travels. Paul set up a community which met in the home of Philemon. Rome at the time was teeming with a nondescript slave population and was a destination for thousands of runaway slaves. Onesimus was a slave that ran away from his master, Philemon. In his time in Rome, Onesimus met the Apostle Paul, and they became good friends. Onesimus became a valuable asset to Paul when he became imprisoned, giving him someone whom he could communicate through. In the book of Philemon, Paul sends out Onesimus back to his former master, imploring that Philemon take his former slave back as a brother in Christ. This book, in the manner of Paul's plea, illustrate that one cannot force another to change, but encourage them to change. Paul encourages Philemon to change his ways, taking back his former slave now as a brother. This would be very uncommon for the time, defying the normal response of punishing the runaway slave. Even though this is not the normal tradition, Paul does not order Philemon to let Onesimus come back without punishment, but instead encourages the act. This is the most fundamental truth that we can learn from the book of Philemon, that we cannot force others to change. Though we cannot force change into the hearts of others, we can encourage them to alter their way of thinking and help them along their journey of conversion. With the gift of free will, some will always disagree with what others have to say. This is especially true throughout church history. Even when in power, the church is not perfect, and there are always those who are opposed to some part of church doctrine. This book of the Bible encourages us to take this criticism with an open heart and encourage others to change their point of view without forcing Catholicism or one's own beliefs upon them. Resentment comes when ideas are forced upon a person, but friendly persuasion and conversion can last a lifetime. It is the duty of the church today to preach the message of God so that others will be able to hear the message and hopefully make the conscious decision to follow God and church doctrine. We must hope for a better future through our missionary work as Christians and know that we may not change everyone's mind, but the conversion of one mind is worth all the effort in the world. This thought allowed me to see that I must not force my own views upon others, even if I believe them to be correct. Everyone is different and entitled to their own opinion, and it is our duty as human beings to listen to these opinions even if we disagree. We then can give our own point of view and try to communicate what we believe in a way that others may take to heart. It is our duty to campaign for what is right, but others must choose to join in our beliefs. A free choice is the only way to have a true, faithful, and lifelong conversion in one's way of thinking. The Book of Philemon. Created by Peter Manfredonia.
Created using Powtoon.